Hi everyone. In this video, we'll go through a trigonometric topic related to transformation formulae and few problems related to it. Here's the list of transformation formulae. There are two groups of transformation formulae. So if you see these first four formulas, you are getting product of trigonometric functions, right? Product of trigonometric functions, and this is expressed in the form of addition of trigonometric functions, right? You have sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. So addition of these two is used to express product of sin a and cos b. So basically the product of sine and cos angles is expressed in the form of sum of trigonometric functions, difference of trigonometric functions. And the other group is nothing but it's a reverse. Here in this group we are expressing sum of trigonometric angles as product of two trigonometric functions, right? Sin c plus d by 2 is one function, cos c minus d by 2 is one function. Product of this is used to express addition of trigonometric angles, right? Now again, all these formulas are derived actually. Let's see how these formulas are derived. So let's go through first group where we have to express product of trigonometric angles using sum and difference. So what we are doing is we'll take the compound angle formula. What is the compound angle formula for sin a plus b and sin a minus b? Sin a plus b is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. And sin a minus b is same thing but with a negative sign. Now we'll take these two compound angle formulas, add these two, right? If you add these 1 and 2 trigonometric functions, then you will see that one of the terms will get cancelled, cos a sin b will get cancelled, and you'll be left with sin a cos b two times. So we'll get 2 sin a cos b. Now you shift 2 to the other side, it will become half of sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. So we got the first formula. This is the first formula. Sin a cos b is half of sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. Similarly, we can take the same two equations and subtract them. If you subtract them, again one of the terms will get cancelled, that is sin a cos b will get cancelled. You will be left with cos a sin b 2 times. So it's going to be 2 cos a sin b. So therefore, difference of two trigonometric functions is equal to 2 times of cos a sin b. So you shift 2 to the other side and it becomes half. So we got the second formula. Now what we'll do, we'll take cos a plus b cos a minus b formulas. We have compound angle formulas for cos a plus b cos a minus b. Cos a plus b is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Observe the sign. And cos a minus b is cos a cos b plus sin a sin b, right? Now you add these two. We'll add these two compound angle formulas, right? When you add, again one of the terms will get cancelled. Sin a sin b is going to get cancelled. You'll be left with cos a cos b 2 times. So 2 cos a cos b is equal to cos a plus b. That is, you're adding this two, right? You're adding these two. Cos a plus b plus cos a minus b is equal to 2 cos a cos b. Now you take 2 on the other side. It will become half. Half of cos a plus b plus cos a minus b is cos a cos b, right? So we got the third formula also. Now to get the fourth formula, let's subtract these two compound angle formulas, right? Cos a plus b minus cos a minus b. Cos a plus b minus cos a minus b. You'll see that two terms will get cancelled. You'll be left with minus sin a into sin b. Minus sin a into sin b. It's going to be minus 2 into sin a into sin b. Now you shift 2 to the other side. It's going to become minus half, right? Now I'll multiply with minus. So what will happen is this minus and minus is going to become plus. So it's going to become cos a minus b, and it's going to be minus cos a plus b. So we have got the fourth formula also, right? Just remember this. In the fourth formula, it is a minus b first. It is a minus b first and a plus b second because of this minus sign, right? Unlike other formulas. In other formulas, we have a plus b first and a minus b later. All of the formulas, a plus b, a minus b, a plus b, a minus b. Only in the fourth formula, it is a minus b and a plus b. So just notice this. Sin a cos b is nothing but sin a plus b and sin a minus b with plus sign. Cos a sin b, right? Cos a sin b is same thing with minus sign. Cos a cos b. So this is one clue here, right? Whenever you have cos and cos, right? Then you'll have to use cos a plus b, cos a minus b. Even in compound angle formula, cos a plus b used to have cos on one side and sin on one side, right? So similarly here, if you see that there is cos a and cos b, then immediately think that the formula is specific to cos, right? Cos a plus b, cos a minus b. Now you have sin, right? Even if you have sine on one side, it is nothing but cos formula only. It will be cos a minus b, cos a plus b. You remember the compound angle formula, right? In the compound angle formula, we have cos a plus b as cos a into cos b minus sin a into sin b, right? This is the compound angle formula for cos. So here, what is the technique? When you have cos on one side and sin on one side, that means it is cos formula. So use that particular clue. So you have cos a and cos b, means it should be cos formula. So it should be cos a plus b, cos a minus b. If you have both as sin a and sin b, then again it is cos formula only, because in cos you have both sin here, sin a, sin b, right? So it has to be cos formula. So this is one clue. And only in sin formula, what is sin compound angle formula? Sin a plus b is equal to sin a into cos b plus cos a into sin b. This is sin a plus b formula. So whenever there is sin and cos, you will have to remember that it is sin formulas here. Sin a plus b, sin a minus b, right? This is the clue to remember sin formulas and cos formulas. This is the second group of formulas. Here we are expressing product of trigonometric functions into sum or difference, right? That is, we are using addition and subtraction to express product of trigonometric functions. Here we are doing the reverse. By using the product of trigonometric functions, we are getting sum or difference of trigonometric functions, right? It's just the reverse. Let's see how each of these is derived. So what we're going to do is, let's assume that a plus b is c and a minus b is d. Okay, if a plus b is c and a minus b is d, then what is a? So if you solve these, if you add, it's going to become 2a is c plus d. Therefore, a is c plus d by 2, right? So a is c plus d by 2. Now we'll have to find what b is, right? So what we will do here, we will subtract. We'll subtract these two. A plus b is equal to c, a minus b is equal to d. We'll subtract, right? When you subtract, a and a will get cancelled. You will get 2b. 2b is c minus d. Therefore, b is c minus d by 2. So a is c plus d by 2 and b is c minus d by 2. We'll substitute a and b values in the four formulas that we got. That is four formulas that we just saw. In these formulas, we'll substitute a as c plus d by 2 and b as c minus d by 2. So you'll take this formula. What is a plus b? A plus b is c. Substitute. What is a minus b? A minus b is d. So we'll substitute this way and we'll get these formulas. So let's take the first formula. First formula is sin a cos b is equal to half of sin a plus b, half of sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. So what is a plus b? A plus b is c and a minus b is d, right? So we are substituting a plus b as c, a minus b as d, and what is a? A is c plus d by 2. So we'll write it as sin c plus d by 2 and cos c minus d by 2, because b is c minus d by 2. Now, how did we get 2? We shifted half this side. So it became 2. So this is the formula. We can express the product of these two trigonometric functions in the form of addition. Now we'll take the second formula, right? What was the second formula? Cos a sin b, reverse of this. Cos a sin b is equal to half of same thing with negative sign. Now you substitute a, b values, right? A, b, a plus b is c, a minus b is d, a is c plus d by 2, b is c minus d by 2, right? And you shift half this side. When you shift half this side, it's going to become 2. So second formula is obtained. Now what about third formula? Third formula is cos formula. Fourth formula is also cos formula. Remember this. Remember this cos formula, right? So third formula is cos a cos b is equal to half of cos a plus b plus cos a minus b. So you substitute again. Substitute the values for a, b, c, d. You will get this third formula. Similarly, you will get fourth formula also. Remember one thing, in fourth formula, you will get negative sign, right? You will get negative sign in the fourth formula. Normally, in all the formulas, you have a plus b first. In the fourth formula, you have a minus b first. So cos d minus cos c, you take minus as common factor. So it's going to become cos c minus cos d, right? Cos c minus cos d. Take the minus to the other side, it will become minus 2. If you look at this, you have minus 2 here. Minus 2, remember this, right? So the fourth formula, you have to check out. Fourth formula in the first group, it is cos a minus b first and then a plus b. Remember this order. And fourth formula in the second group has minus 2, Okay, so just notice this particular difference in both the sets. Now let's go through trigonometric identities in a triangle. So if you have three angles in a triangle, say A, B, C. A, B, C are three angles in a triangle. Then the sum of these three angles is 180 degree, right? In a triangle, sum of all angles is 180 degree, right? So assume that it is A, B, C. A, B, C are the angles. Now, which means A plus B is 180 minus C. Now you apply sine on both sides, right? Apply sine on both sides. So it will become sine A plus B and sine 180 minus C. Here what you will do, you will take the sine A minus B formula, right? You remember the sine A minus B formula, right? Sine A minus B is sine A cos B minus cos A sine B, right? So using this formula, we have substituted here. So we have 180 and C. Sine 180 cos C. Cos 180 sine C. Sine 180 is 0. Remember this, sine 180 is 0. Cos 180 is minus 1. So when we substitute, you're going to get sine A plus B is sine C. Similarly, we did A plus B here. We can do B plus C also. Instead of A plus B, we can say B plus C is equal to 180 degree minus A, right? And then we'll apply sine on both the sides. So you'll get sine B plus C is equal to sine 180 minus A. So same way if you derive, you will get sine A as the answer. Similarly, sine C plus A becomes sine B. Just notice that sine of two angles is equal to sine of third angle, right? Sine of B plus C is equal to sine of A. Sine of C plus A is sine of B. Say A plus B plus C, three angles together in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. Now you divide both the sides by 2, right? Just divide both the sides by 2, you'll get 90 degree, and this will become A by 2 plus B by 2 plus C by 2. You can split this, right? When you split, it will be A by 2 plus B by 2 plus C by 2 is 90 degree. Now, same thing what we did earlier. We will shift C by 2 the other side. It will become 90 minus C by 2. So A by 2 plus B by 2 is 90 minus C by 2, which is nothing but A plus B by 2 is 90 minus C by 2. Now we apply sine on both the sides. When you apply sine on both the sides, right, we'll have to use sine A minus B formula, right? Sine A cos B, cos A sine B. Sine 90, here we have 90 and C by 2. Sine 90 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. So we'll get cos C by 2. Sine A plus B by 2 is cos C by 2. So basically, earlier we got sine A plus B is sine C. Sine A plus B by 2 is cos C by 2. Now, you can do the same thing by applying cos, right? Here we applied sine. We can apply cos. If you apply cos, you will get the reverse. You will get it in terms of sine, right? When it was sine, we got cos. Here it is cos and we get sine. The first part, right? When we tried the first part, we applied sine. Now we are applying cos. That's all. We are applying cos for both the sides. Cos A plus B is equal to cos 180 minus C. Now you take cos A minus B formula. Cos A minus B formula is cos A into cos B plus sine A into sine B, right? We put this, cos 180 is minus 1, sine 180 is 0. So on substituting, we'll get minus cos C, right? Now, when you apply cos on both the sides, remember one thing, cos A plus B is cos C. Both the sides it's going to be cos only, right? But you'll have a negative sign. Similarly, cos B plus C will be minus cos A, third angle. Take the third angle. Here you have B and C, third angle is A. Here you take C and A, third angle is B, right? Now, same thing we'll do. A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. We'll apply tan now, right? First we tried with sine, second we tried with cos, now we are trying with tan, right? We are applying tan. So, applying tan on both sides, you'll get tan 180 minus C. You'll have to apply tan A minus B formula. Tan A minus B formula. Tan A minus B is tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A into tan B. So, we have 180 here and C, right? Tan 180 is, how do you find tan 180? Tan 180 is sin 180 by cos 180. Sin 180 is 0, cos 180 is minus 1. So, it's going to be 0 as the answer, right? So, finally, you get tan A plus B is tan C, you get with a negative sign. Tan B plus C is the third angle, right? You have B and C. So, you'll get third angle here, which is tan A. Here you have C and A, third angle you'll get B. But all of these is with negative sign. Now, let's go through a few exercise problems. Express this as sum or difference of two trigonometric functions. Sum and difference. We have to express in the form of sum or difference. That is, it should be sine A plus B plus sine A minus B. Now, how do we know which formula to use based on this question? It is sine cos. The clue here is there is sine and cos. Sine and cos means it has to be sine formulas, sine based formulas, right? Sine based formulas for sine and cos, right? So we'll take sine phi a plus 3a and sine phi a minus 3a. We are taking sine a plus b plus sine a minus b formula. So we just add this. This is like a and this is like b. So a plus b. So 5a plus 3a and 5a minus 3a will get 8a and sine 2a. That's all. This is the answer. And this is the formula that we have used. The next one is cos sine. Now this is the clue. Whenever you have sine cos or cos sine, you have to use sine based formula, right? You'll have to use sine based formula. But here, since cos is in the beginning, it will be negative, right? This is the clue. Since cos is in the beginning, it will be negative. If sine is in the beginning, it will be positive. So now you'll just substitute. Instead of a, you'll put 5 theta by 2. Instead of b, you'll put theta by 2, right? So it will be 6 theta by 2. And 6 theta by 2 is 3 theta. This will be 5 theta minus theta. It's going to be 4 theta. So 4 theta by 2 will become 2 theta, sine 2 theta. We'll go to the next problem. Both the terms here are with cos, which means you have to use cos based formulas. So just substitute and you'll get the answer. So remember one thing, here you'll get cos 70 minus 10, cos 60. Cos 60 is half. So substitute half here. If it was sine on both the sides, what would have happened? Instead of cos, if it was sine, like this, sine 70, sine 10, then what would we have done? Then we would have used cos formulas only, but we would have swapped this. Remember, we would have swapped it. It would have been cos a minus b minus cos a plus b, right? Remember the signs. Now we look at problems where we have to express as product of two trigonometric functions. As product. So the answer should be in the form of product, right? Answer should be in the form of product. So here addition is given. Addition of trigonometric function is given. You have to express it in the form of product. Product is nothing but multiplication. So how do we remember what formula we have to use? What is the clue here, right? How can we find out? So in this case, we'll have to reverse what we did for the earlier one. You have sine, right? There is sine on both the sides. Here also there is sine. Here also there is sine. In this case, we will use sine cos formula, right? We'll have to use sine cos formula, right? Sine cos, obviously be c plus d by 2 and c minus d by 2. So we'll have to use sine and cos if it is sine and sine. Now it will be, since it is positive sign, we'll have sine first and cos later. Instead of c, we'll put 12x. Instead of d, we'll put 4x and then c plus d by 2, right? So you'll simplify this. You'll get 2 sine 8x into cos 4x. Only problem here is you'll have to remember which formula to use, right? If you know the formula, simplifying is easy. We'll have to use clues, right, to identify the formula. Now here, whenever you have to get a product, the clue is if you have sine with positive sign, then it should have sine and cos. Reverse of what we did earlier. Earlier, if we had cos and cos, it used to be cos based formula. Sine and sine, cos based formula. Here it is reverse. If you have sine and sine, sine based formula. See, when I say sine based formula is sine a plus b. Because only in sine a plus b and sine a minus b, you have sine and cos, right? Sine and cos plus cos and sine, correct? In cos formulas, you have cos and cos plus sine and sine. This is how you have, right? So now we'll just reverse the clues. So if you have sine and sine, then use sine based formula, sine and cos. Similarly, here you have sine, but you have negative sign here, right? In the middle you have negative sign. Here we had positive sign. Since it is negative, just swap. Cos will come first, sine will come second. Here sine has come first, cos has come as second. Here we'll use sine c minus sine d formula, which is 2 cos c plus d by 2 into sine c minus d by 2. So instead of c we'll put 80, instead of d we'll put 40 and divide by 2, right? And then we'll get cos 60. Cos 60 is half. So you get sine 20 as the answer. Now let's take another problem. We have to express this as a product, right? We'll have to express this as product. We have cos 2 theta plus cos 6 theta. Now what is the formula? First let's identify the formula. What should be the formula? There is cos on both the sides. When there is cos on both the sides, we'll use cos based formula, right? Cos based formula. What is that? It will be cos c plus cos d is equal to 2 into cos c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. What is the clue? Clue is cos on both the sides. Imagine if there was minus sign, then the formula would be cos c minus cos d is equal to minus 2. It will be sine c plus d by 2 into sine c minus d by 2. So you would have got minus 2 here if there was minus here. In case there was minus here, you would have got minus 2 and it would have been sine. But now we'll have to use this formula. Cos c plus d. Cos 2 theta plus cos 6 theta is equal to, we'll use this formula, 2 into cos c plus d by 2. 2 theta plus 6 theta by 2 into cos 2 theta minus 6 theta by 2. So we'll get 2 into cos 8 theta by 2, which is 4 theta, into cos 2 theta minus 6 theta is minus 4 theta by 2 is minus 2 theta. Let's bring minus here to the front. So we'll get minus 2 cos 4 theta into cos 2 theta. So this is the answer for this particular problem. Cos 2 theta plus cos 6 theta is equal to minus 2 cos 4 theta cos 2 theta. So with this, we've come to the end of this particular topic. Thanks for watching. Hope this video was useful.